Blessings, blessings to all the new. We are live. We are tapping into this sacred space, tapping in as we see fit, as energy often want us to tap in, to recommit, to re-choose the glory of honoring life. We are here to honor life, to awaken within ourselves the life that we see outside. We're here to become aware that we are part of this glorious life, that our soul, our being, our eternal, our immortal being is alive, that we are not stuck in any box, that we are not locked into an ego, that we're not locked into this life, that we're not locked into an experience. So that tapping in becomes our spiritual path, our spiritual journey, realizing that we can tap in, we can choose to see the glory. We can choose to awaken grace within ourselves. And this can seem strange when we have not chosen it before. We haven't been told that we have to, so usually we have to be told stuff. And kind of life is a little bit more usually kind of out of kindness, that we are not really told the purpose of living. We are born, and then we are just given life, and then we kind of are a little directionless, and we wonder, where are we going and what's the purpose of it? So then we can become kind of confused. So that's like a system, the socialist systems that are kind of being created. Every country becomes more and more like just a system. You do this, you pay, but you're not really told. You're not really told any policies. You're not told anything real. It's just like, you just focus on being here and giving us money, and then we will run the system. You don't have to think about it if it's good or bad. All the stuff. It's easier for you to just stay docile and don't think too much. So that's kind of what, when you be grown up with the parents, they're just like, it's easier if I don't tell you everything. It's easier if you just kind of remain docile and we just tell you what you need to do and you just comply. So that's kind of what I'm tired of. But in a way, it feels good. You can just be there. You can be loved. And then the other side is like, no, actually, you have to go to school. You have to have a purpose. You have to do all these things. And then that just is done. You just have to do that as well. No reason, no understanding where you need to go. You're not supposed to think too much about that. Is it efficient? Does it really what I want to do? What am I being told? So we can kind of, run around like headless chickens. And that's, in a way, it's like life. When you just kind of are given life, you are just kind of, you don't necessarily know. You kind of live and you feel love and you experience kindness and closeness and intimacy and all these things, but you don't totally understand why and all these things. And that is kind of, so kind of depending on a little bit by accident, some people figure out something and some other people, and then everybody is like, no, this is what matters, and no, this is what matters, no, this is not matters. So everybody's like have these different opinions. What matters? So that is kind of the spiritual game too. You'd be just told like just do the system, and yeah, but why? And they said like, so then we'd be like, there is no proof of anything, and you don't have to do anything, and nothing matters, and it's just about you. So then we can go from just everything matters to nothing matters. But then sometimes you might suddenly realize that there might be more to life. You might meet people that seems happier, and then they're all having different explanations for it. Well, I have a beautiful relationship, or I have why we can all say what matters to us. But that's kind of like an external focus of life. So here we kind of, some people kind of connect here and realize I am kind of preaching or talking about the spiritual guiding in a spiritual journey. And so you are invited to tap in, and it takes a while to kind of realize what it is. And because words, you can say many things, and everybody has their kind of idea. So when we talk about the spiritual journey, in a way, everybody's connected to spirit because we are spirit. So we are all connected. We are connected to what we are, and there is spiritual energy in us compatible to ourselves, which is kind of like the energy of heaven, so to speak. That just heavenly, divinely energy within us. We're also connected to earth. We can see us, we can step on us, but we're also connected to the energy of earth. So there's a difference. There's a solid energy, and there's a very ethereal energy. So we can connect with the earth just as it's just down there, and then heaven is just up there. But when something is just up there, we don't even notice it, but we can look at something. But if it's so far away from you, you're automatically squinting your eyes. You're squinting your eyes, and that's like compressing the pupils, and so then it's kind of tiresome to squint because it's so far away. You have to stare at it. So then suddenly you need glasses because it's tiresome. So you need glasses eventually. Same thing, like if you only see earth or connection to something solid down there, you're stepping on it, then you will step like a little baby, step very hard, forcefully. So then that's a little hard for our knees and our soul. So everything becomes very brute and very kind of, fibrous under the soul. Everything is very kind of ragged, and your muscles and bones are very stiff because you're touching. Compared to if you are you are being embraced every day. So that's a little bit softer. It's you're allowing that energy to come deeper inside in you, connected. And that's what you can see sometimes with the baby. You can hold the baby, and the baby is just like twisting. It just wants to be out there. It's like, it's kind of intense. While sometimes when the baby's relaxed, it's like in you. It's like connected. So there is a kind of intensity out there, and there's like intense, like when it kind of is allowed in, and that is where the spiritual journey is. Like you have to allow something in. So when we kind of look at the high energy of heaven, when we're squinting, then we're kind of using our energy on our tenseness, and it's just out there all the time. We're not relaxing our eyeballs and allowing it in to be also if you had totally opened up your eyes and then allowed it to be, then it can kind of come closer to you. It's like energy can be far away or it can be close. When it comes closer, it kind of becomes an internal path inside of you. But for most of us, since we have already kind of inherited our bodies, we've kind of gotten it from our parents, and so we do replicate their patterns, whether it's like mom or dad, or we do the opposite of them. So we have all these, well, we're tensing up. So some places we're connected to heaven, sometimes we're connected to earth, sometimes we're connected far away or close, but we're not seeing our own instrument. Instead of just seeing it, we're just like, oh, I like this, I like that. We are, and then we find people that like the same as us, and then other people, nah, they're like, they're not really our type. But all these gates, or these places, there can be the eyes, but it can be the tongue, or it can be the ears, or it can be the chest, or it can be the shoulders, or it can be the belly, or the sternum, like the breathing. It can be the belly, it can be the genitals, it can be the hips, the knees. All these areas can either be tense and think the energy is far away, or it can be close, but then it's like hidden in a way. It's held in a different way. You're just hugging, you're not opening up as well. You have to open up both sides, so both inside and outside. But then when you start looking at opening up, so if you have been squinting your eyes and you have glasses on, in the moment you start like realizing that maybe you're using your instrument in a little bit of a tense way, then, oh, maybe I don't need glasses. And then it'd be like, well, then memories come up from you or from your ancestors, like, oh, it was so traumatic when I got glasses. And so you can be a wounded experience. You're not perfect. Or you can experience others looking at you like, oh, you're no longer going to be, you can't just join everything I want to do because you now need glasses. So you're going to be, it's going to be like heavy to carry you around because you all always need this special equipment. So people can react with anger, or some people can act with desire, be like, ooh, I can make money off of you. You have to buy new glasses all the time. Great, I need you. So we experience all these emotions that are like a story. So in the moment when we start opening up to our eyes being able to be different, then the story starts popping up, different connections. And then but the journey is that we can, as we start relaxing our eyeballs, we can start, our, our eyes become stronger, it becomes liquefied, it becomes healthier, and we can start adapting to the energy of the divine in a different way. So we can gradually allow, and then we might not need glasses, and we might not need the body to be so tense as it was, because that tenseness was more of survival and just accepting the path and just blending with your parents and blending with your friends and just doing, no, you need glasses because I have, it's like a bonding. We have done all these things out of bonding or different stuff. Well, we're going to realize that we can kind of, this spiritual journey is one that we can start letting that divine energy in, and it can rejuvenate us, and we can start opening up to that energy in all our centers, all our areas of our body. So there can become this flow between all these gates, and it can flow this big river. We can start allowing that in, so that rejuvenates, brings health and vibrancy and love and stability and maturity inside. So that is kind of something we all are kind of looking for in life. As we see the chaos outside, we realize that maybe we are here for a higher purpose, that maybe we can start bonding in a different way. And then we have to start looking at these different aspects of ourselves. And that's why I talk about it. The energy is a little different every time. My words, I bring focus to different stuff. So if you're new here and you want to tap in here as a spiritual journey, you can reach out and ask me questions, or you can, donate on PayPal or Vips or Venmo or whatever you are, and start communicating and start tapping into this sanctuary, the sanctuary of ease that we are kind of creating here. whether it's in Chicago or Norway or online or other places. We're going to start popping up retreats. So it is an exciting time to be alive, because the world is so open, and it's so, we have the extreme left and extreme right, extreme masculine, extreme feminine, which really opens up that we have to start daring to take a stance. And what is our focus? Where, because the outside will feel exhausting, exhausting. But if you internalize and release and tap inwards, then you can start enjoying all these aspects. So with that said, let's, as I always do at the end of every session or talk, you can close your eyes or just keep your eyes open and stare out in the, in the beyond me. Just look out in the horizon and just open your eyes, open your shoulder, open your mouth, open your neck. Allow the energy that is here. There's always energy in everything. Every time you open up, it's not just free. There's always energy in everything. You might not be aware of it, but everything you do, every food, everything has energy. How you are interacting with that energy is up to you. So that is the grace of our being. We can choose. So open up, relax your shoulders, drop down, drop your shoulders a little more, drop your hips. It might be like a light coming in, an energy coming in, the belly opening up, the hips opening up, open up your feet, open up your knees, open up your ankles, open up your wrists, open up your hands. And just let yourself soak in this river of energy, this divine energy, this energy of ease. Good, and then it kind of comes up again. And it fills you from the bottom up. And it's like an inner hug, internal hug. And with that being said, it is beautiful for everybody who taps in. I see there's quite a few people tapping in. And if you have questions, or if you want to talk one-on-one, or want to come to a retreat, we have one in Chicago in the end of September. We're going to have another one in end of November probably, and then in Oslo or up in the mountains we're going to do one around like the 10th of January. So that's one that's going to be glorious there as well. So there's different ways to tap in. Everybody's different, so that's why this community is created, so that people can tap in different ways. Anyway, it's been a glorious day. It's been a glorious awakening of energy, of realization. Every day can be a new way of realizing life, of yourself, of others. And with that said, I will see you next time, next Wednesday, or if you comment here or on the video, or directly to me, or buy my book for that matter. Different ways of connecting. And I will respond if you say hi, if I see it. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.